Hello, YouTubers. Welcome back to the SSK Show. My name is Smitty Sebastian Kirk.
And I'm Misha C.
And first, before we start, just like this program. Thumbs up, not thumbs down, because I did say thumbs down the first, right? I saw somebody did put one thumbs down. I don't know who that is, but I'm looking for you. But
Did they really put...
it's one of them. I think it might have got clicked by accident or something, but you could unclick it. I don't know what happened. No, this is back.
Oh.
I think this is, I don't know which one it is, but it was the thumb down. Like,
no,
really?
thumbs down. We want
Thumbs up.
So we want you to
like it, share it, to
subscribe,
subscribe to
click
it.
on the bell, so
you
that
click
you
on the
can
bell
get
so you get notification. That's when you're logged into YouTube. It won't do it unless you're logged in. I keep telling you
People
that.
don't
And also
understand
leave your comment at the bottom, or you can hit us straight to our email address at thessskshow@gmail.com. So it's thessskshow@gmail.com. Okay, so we're going to talk about a few topics today. And the drinks didn't even kick in. So,
right. So what we're going to do, we have mentioned a couple of topics a little bit ago. So we're just going to update you. I'm sure you've heard, it's all over the news. It's been all over the news for months.
About
R. Kelly. Gayle King had R. Kelly, an interview with him, and we all saw the spectacle, I'm sure. I actually didn't even watch the whole show. I saw clips ahead of time because there's so many memes about it with him and flip it out.
Because, yeah. But
So
the thing is that how dare they lie on him. That's why he's getting upset. Those girls are wrong. They are just totally wrong, lying on him. It's like, no, I'm being funny. But do you think he's lying?
Yes, he's lying his ass
off. I
said
they were lying on him.
No, he's lying.
No, honestly, I really believe that he is at fault of all this, especially from the very first video I saw back. I think he is at fault.
Well,
and I think he's just performing because
this is all alleged, right?
Allegedly, yes.
These are alleged things that happened.
Yeah.
However, he stood up screaming. He jumped out of his chair. He pounded his chest. He was yelling into the camera. Scales, though, she kept her cool. She sat in front of him, calm, cool, and collected. Because I would have wanted to crack the hell up.
But see, what people fail to realize, she has a bag. Did you see that bag by her?
No, I didn't, because I didn't watch the whole
It was
interview.
open, her bag. And when he was getting too close, she did like this.
Reaching into her bag.
She wasn't coming out. She was just going to pull the trigger. Right? She was going to blow a hole through that Birkin bag. I'll buy a new one. But you going to get off of me. Get off of me. Pow! No, they had security and stuff around.
Yes.
And I don't think he would have done that anyway.
Right. No, I doubt if he would.
Because she wasn't blaming him. She was just asking him questions.
He just was acting like a fool. So this was his first interview since he was charged with sexually abusing 4 women. Of course, we're saying allegedly sexually abused. Well, he was charged with that, though. 3 of them were underage. And so that, as we said, I'm sure you've seen it. It was hilarious to me. He did mention, he said why people, basically because of the old allegations, now they're bringing up this. Okay. You have, even though he was cleared, we clearly know that these things that have not gone away, pretty much. And with the documentary that brought up.
Well, that's what I was going to mention about the documentary. I think, like, I understand what he's saying. Like, he said this is an old allegation that's being brought up and charges that was thrown out. He didn't get charged for it. Why did it have to take this documentary for them to go back in and to do more investigation? Why wasn't it done then, like really investigating? Now, what if there was never a documentary? We wouldn't even be talking about this.
And that's so true, because it's like once they said he was cleared of those charges,
they let it go.
Swept it under the rug.
Right.
No, and he, I'm not sure exactly how he got off. I always thought that initially. But the other thing too with that is the 2 women that I guess he's in relationships with, that the families are have not seen or heard, or they haven't talked to them in a couple of years. They did an interview, right?
Oh, those 2 girls.
Joycelyn and Azriel, I think her name is. But anyway, they did interviews with them. The one was crying, and to me she seemed like it was fake, but I don't know. And then R. Kelly was not supposed to be near or in the room at all. And they said that he ended up coming, I guess, in the next room, and you could hear it. We couldn't hear it, but he could be heard like clearing his throat sometimes when certain questions were being asked,
Well,
though to prompt them.
Yeah, but the
not
thing
to
is,
say
I don't
certain
blame
things.
him for doing that. I blame Gayle because that was her show,
Mm-hmm.
and she should have said no. He cannot be around. Why did you allow him to be in the next room like that? Why did the producers and stuff like that, security, why they allowed him to be there when those girls there
Right.
telling their truth? Well,
That's
telling
true.
their story.
I mean, that is true. I don't think that they should have allowed him to be in.
So
I think they
we're
wanted
calling
that,
you out, Gayle King.
I think they wanted that interview so bad that they just they allowed that. But I mean, he's very. They say I've heard, and it's very alleged that he's very controlling. He controls everything. So that didn't surprise me. Other thing, more things about R. Kelly because he's just all over the news. He appeared in court about child support. He hadn't paid his child support was over $160,000 that he owed, and I guess he was in jail for 3 days, and then it was paid. And I did hear that somebody, like a donor, paid it, and then I heard he paid it. But so that's also
Somebody did pay it for him.
that's what
though.
I heard. That
Yeah,
somebody did you hear that?
Yeah,
too?
somebody did pay it. Somebody did because he ended up getting out of jail, or they paid his bond.
I don't know if
But he's
paid
out,
the
but they
child
paid it,
support,
yeah.
and
Somebody is helping him out.
and that's just crazy, but you know what? I don't know. I can't even say anything on that. And the other thing about R. Kelly is that now there's another tape, I think this came out about a month ago, that supposedly someone found a VHS tape in their home, and the VHS tape is with R. Kelly with underage, I don't know how many, women, or girls rather. So this now he has, I think that's, additional charges. Or they're interviewing. I'm not sure if he's been, if charges have been brought up against him on this, but it is a new tape. Well, it's a tape that they've recently found. Don't know how old it is. I'm sure we'll hear about that. So R. Kelly is still in the news, still the information that's just completely disgusting.
Right.
The other thing you want to
Is
mention
Jussie Smollett. Basically, real quick, everybody heard what's going on with Jussie Smollett. That he allegedly he was attacked by two men that used racial slurs and hate crime and tied him up with a noose around his neck and everything. The question is, do you believe that he actually did it, and for what reason? If he did,
if he is lying, why did he do it? Because there's 16 counts of filing. It says indicted on 16 counts of disorderly conduct for allegedly filing false police reports. So the thing is, and I watch Empire. It's like it's my show when it comes on. I do. I've been watching it since the beginning, and I've always liked Jussie Smollett. He really was one of my favorites on there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just took to him, and it really saddens me that if he really did do this, because you're thinking, why would he? However, they're saying that I guess he wasn't. He wanted more money. I'm not sure how he thought that was going to get him more money. And if he did this to me, there's some type of mental illness. Because who in their right mind, who's a sane person would do this?
Set this all up. I mean,
it's just like
but
you
it doesn't
have to
make
sit there and
sense.
think of this craziness, and you're not. I mean, you are still relevant. You're on a very good show.
Right, a very popular TV show. Right.
And I don't understand it. So I'm very I'm hoping and praying that he did not, that this comes out, that they find evidence that he didn't do this. However, it doesn't look too good.
No, not with the brothers coming forth.
So I saw a meme, I think it was a meme, and it said, it had pictures, it was like a hexagon, a pentagon, and some other shape, and it was like, and the next picture was Jussie Smollett's career gone.
Octagon, Pentagon,
yes.
And Jussie gone.
Yes, his career is gone.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, but and I heard this on the Breakfast Club this morning, how we are not a forgiving, as a whole people in general, as we're not forgiving. So when something happens, we will take the high road and basically like, you know what, we don't want to deal with you. It depends on what it is. And we'll cut people off as far as like fans, people watching TV shows, or who are just fans of famous people. So I hopefully, because I think this is going to hurt his career drastically.
When you said it cut people off, real quick note. Nicki Minaj just had did you hear about that? She had a concert overseas. I think it was in Paris. She had technical difficulties with the sound system. So right before the show, they came out. They did an announcement over over the intercom saying that the show is canceled and you can get your money back after all those people was in it. It was packed. So they started chanting Cardi B. Cardi B. Cardi B,
you know
Cardi
that
B.
they're like,
So yes,
at
so
odds.
that's what I'm saying. Of how the fans
Yes,
so
they
quickly
will
could
sway
turn on you. Yeah, so that's
do
one example,
thing,
right?
They will turn their backs on you, and
Right.
it's just crazy because we're kind of unforgiving. I mean, that to me is very unforgiving. I mean, couldn't help that there was technical difficulties and they started yelling Cardi B.
Because she was like, that's like anybody else is having this issue. Would
Yeah,
you
why?
want them to keep trying to go on? That's like, they cut
Right.
it off because she came out and tried to explain. Not there, but she went on her Instagram page.
Okay. Yeah, that's terrible. So those are just a few things that we wanted to mention about updates of what is it you call it, pop culture?
Pop culture stuff.
Because he doesn't really care for pop culture.
No,
but
no.
anyway.
But I mean, some of it's interesting, but I can't get caught up in the celebrity life because I'm not one. Maybe if I was, then I'm like, then I'll be part of the hot topic.
Yeah.
We, like, what if this really went somewhere? Then hopefully it will. But are you ready for the fame?
I've been ready. I told you.
No, you hungry? You hungry?
I'm hungry.
Mukbang, hi. But anyway, on a serious note, I just had a death in my family with one of my first cousins who just passed like a week ago. We just had the funeral yesterday, which he was just like a very down to earth, cool person, very helpful, like they said, get his shirt off his back, but off his back.
And well known. I mean, a lot of
very,
people knew
he's very
him
well known in
and
his
really
community.
and loved him. So,
Yeah, so like the
definitely.
viewing was very packed.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
it was.
Unfortunately, I did miss the funeral because I work at night, so me coming home trying to get a real cat nap. Next thing I woke up, it was an hour past the funeral and stuff. I'm like, oh my Lord. And I was going to go, but then I know kind of job just showing up for the repast and just going to the church and eating and never attend the funeral. But I wanted to see the rest of my relatives, and I think it's really terrible that only time we really get together is during death or a funeral. I mean, death or a wedding. Mainly a death.
Right.
Everybody will definitely come in for death. But we can't just show up for like a family reunion or just a gathering just to keep in contact and get to know the family better because there's always going to be new family members coming about that you need to know who these people are to keep it, close, but people don't do it. Right. But also on top of that, we were talking about funerals, how expensive they are because like my cousin looked really good. Then like a lot of people don't like to look at the casket and stuff. I do because I wanted to see how it's made, the details and stuff. And some caskets are so extravagant,
thousands
of dollars. To me, I think you should have something nice. You don't want a welfare one where the only one half open because in Pennsylvania the whole top open. But in the South, like in Georgia, just only the top part, only the head part of it. I don't know why it's like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I would hate that. But anyway,
you could have not even have pants on, and
that's true because it's like cuts off right there. So they don't have to. You can be just assed out. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna look, dead. But I'm just saying. But I just think it's like really ridiculous how these funeral homes and stuff they just drain you for your insurance money. For these funerals, which is ridiculous. Like a really good funeral, probably gonna cost you now a good $8,000 to $10,000, which is ridiculous.
Really
with a burial.
One,
That's with the burial.
Tell you, it's more than that. It could be 15 or more. It really funerals.
Who's coming in there? Like a marching band?
No, when I tell you, only because I know, because it's been a year since Aja passed, but that and the thing is that not. Where we went, they actually were really good. However, they will try because
to upgrade,
they know
upsell.
that you want the
and
best for
grieving.
your family member. But the cost
it's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
And what we talked about, I'm like, okay, this is the thing. You are going, if you want it to be buried, going into the ground, you're getting this very expensive casket. Why? It's not like you're still alive to be able to enjoy looking. I mean, who's looking at it? Nobody.
Right.
If you have the most elaborate outfit on, like I said, you want to be dressed in designer.
Well, I didn't say designer. I do want to look damn good. I want to look better than I do alive. And I don't care if you got to spray paint my ass or whatever you got to do. I do. I want to look like, oh my God, he looks so damn good. I do. I want to go out with a bang like that. I want to be dressed very well. Not saying it has to be all designed up and all the no Miyake and all that other stuff. I don't need any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to look nice. But I don't believe in taking like real jewelry, like never putting a good watch on me and stuff like that. It goes in the ground,
I was
right?
gonna say not only that, you do have a certain amount of time that they'll give you. Like at the viewing, you can have all the bling bling on you want,
Right.
But at the end of that viewing, though, they want you to get whatever you want off of the body, so that when it's the funeral time, there's no
No, you
like
can't
time.
take it
No,
off.
they won't. They'll tell you we're not taking anything off.
Then
So
you don't have to, because I am.
whatever.
I'll be right there before they shut the top,
But
taking off that damn ring. You know how much money I put on that?
What I told him, I was like, he's gonna be dead. He won't even know. We're going to Goodwill to get this nice
Hey,
used suit.
it's okay as long as it looks really good. I don't care where the suit come from. It could come from Goodwill. It could come from a hand-me-down. It does not matter to me. But as long as I look good, that's all I'm talking about. Don't put overalls on me. You know, like I'm a damn farmer in Texas or something. You know, some hee-haw shit. No. That's not, you didn't see, I'm not dressed like that any other time. Why the hell you got me looking a hot mess? I would be pissed, but that's okay.
Yes,
But, we were just talking about how expensive, because my grandmother, she passed, but she died from heat, what is it? She smoke inhalation and from the intense heat. That's what killed her. She wasn't directly burned. But
the heat was just
intense that it started like really cooking her skin pretty much. So her casket wasn't viewable. So they had the casket. Now, why did my parents pick out this casket? They talking about, oh, it had a little light in it and stuff like that. What is she doing? She getting up in the middle of the night in the casket. Let me get my Bible and stuff and start reading. I think not. That earthly vessel is done with. That was it.
I didn't even know. They don't do that.
I don't know. That's what I heard.
Who puts a light?
They said my mother said there was a little light in there. I don't know, because when you went to the funeral home, it was actually at Jones's too.
Was it?
Yeah, but it was turned the other way, so you couldn't lift it. Yeah, because her body wasn't presentable to be viewed.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know why people do all this stuff, and why do you write? Well, that's to each his own. Here I go again. People write letters and put it in the casket and stuff. I don't believe in all that, because they're not getting up reading this stuff.
This is honestly.
It might be just a healing process. I don't know.
It's just you just want to have them to take that with them. I do.
Where are they taking it to?
When they go in that ground,
they're thrusting their body into the ground, and that's where that paper going to be.
You can say it. You can say it to their spirit. If I believe in certain things, they can definitely hear us. I think that would be good enough for me. But like you said, to each their own. I don't get it, and people want to put their sentimental
stuff in there,
and it's going right into the ground.
It's like I heard this one guy, like he was like dealt with. I guess he was a drug dealer. They put money and stuff in him. Why the hell would I put money in your pocket, like $100 of bills, so you can go down, just like this? So ain't nobody watching. I'm telling you, I will clip you, because you're dead. What are you gonna do with it? Once this stops,
when they're in heaven, they're gonna need or
in heaven. I don't think that train is not going that way. That's the express.
They might need to spend money in hell. Okay.
They don't need hell. They can't get out. Do not pass go.
Them and that money's burning.
But I just want to just mention. We just want to mention real quick about funerals. I just think it's just an overkill. Now, I don't know for sure if I want to be cremated or not. I'm still on the fence, because I wasn't about that. My dad was, but he been saying that since I was a little kid. I'm going to be cremated. Don't waste all that money on me. Don't waste all the money.
We talked about it. Do not wait. I want to look nice too. I don't want. I mean, even in life, I do like designer things. But when I go, just put me in something nice. Make me look pretty much how I look now. Mm-hmm. I just want things to be said about me, and certain people I want certain music, certain people to speak. Really say those things about me. You don't have to express it and spending all this extra money on me.
Right.
Because I want to be cremated. Cremated my daughter. My mother was cremated when she passed in 2014. And my dad in 2018. So that's the way
That's
that's what
the
I
part-
want,
that's
and
your
it's
family setup,
cheaper.
yeah.
Yes, it's cheaper, and to me,
You know what's really cheaper when I said no shade. Don't clean the body. You ain't gotta do nothing.
okay.
Just
Hopefully
go
my
down to the
kids-
morgue, view the body, do your
don't even
little
claim it.
scream and holler right there and walk away. They're going to cremate the body anyway.
They are
Free of
but I
charge.
think my kids will want me. Like I have the urn, so I mean it's something that I
right.
figured they would want. But definitely, and this was my keepsake. This is my Aja. She's right in here. I wear this every day. So this
Right.
This
And
is
that's
what-
see, I like stuff. See, they didn't have that back in
They didn't. No,
back
they
in the
didn't.
day.
And they
but
had
no.
other ones that were very nice too, but I wanted a cylinder, and I think that this is
Right. So
definitely.
it's always
So
keeps
she's always close
with
to
you.
me.
Right.
But all that extra stuff, and her funeral was very nice. That's what I thought.
Right, it was very nice to do. Her friends got there speaking very well of her. You did, the preacher.
Yes.
So I mean, it turned out to be a very good homegoing. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just talking about the expense of it.
Right.
It's just outrageous.
You cannot even imagine, even with if you have to get a bigger casket because a person is plus size.
Right, they charge you.
It is
oh my
ridiculous,
God.
hundreds of dollars to get a little bit of a wider width
Right.
of the and we're like, whoa, what the heck?
But I will say this because this was something I learned from when my dad got cremated. The one funeral home told us that he had to have. It was only certain caskets he can get. They don't rent caskets, which I kind of found out was a damn lie. I learned any casket can be used for cremation. There's no certain type of casket.
See, and they will
That's
try
when
to
they try to
tell you
lie
that.
and
They
tell you
do.
they won't. Right. I had to talk to a funeral home like in another state. I think because I used to work in fraud, and one of our clients was a funeral home, and I said, okay, this is off the record. I started asking him. He said the only thing in certain states, the body has to be contained. That means that it could be in a cardboard box, it could be in a wooden pine box, but it has to be contained.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that you have to spend all these $1,000. Oh, only this certain one, because there's one casket we were going to get was nice, but they upselled a higher one, like $1,000 more, because this one's for cremation.
Right, see?
Come to find out, that
so
was a lie.
untrue.
They ripped us off.
And it's a shame because
Then they had
ahead.
I know we were trying to
Yeah.
wrap this up. They were talking about the flower car. Oh, dude, you got to pay for the flower car and all this stuff. You know what the flower car was? The damn limo that we was in. They just put the flowers in the back in the trunk and then pulled them back out. That was the flower car. I'm
They
like,
charge you
they
extra.
charged us $125 extra for that.
see, and they
So I'm saying,
That-
do your research. If you got loved ones get ready to die, do
Yes.
your damn research,
Do
because
not
these damn
just
funeral
allow-
homes and punch the director right in his face if he comes to you. It's like, no, let me start.
But they will, and it's terrible businesses, and we definitely gonna wrap it up.
Right.
But businesses will try to get over. To me, that is a vulnerable state for somebody.
Yes.
You just lost somebody. You're just not like, okay, whatever you're telling me, I believe it, and you can't. And that's why I was in my right mind, even though as difficult as it was. I was
Right.
like, whoa, listen, let me ask you this, and this. I planned it. We had it the way we wanted. We only wanted to spend a certain amount.
Right.
And that's what happened.
See, but it was you
You're
and your
not-
ex-husband,
Yes,
so
we're
y'all
not
did the
getting
damn
over
thing.
it at
So
all. So,
right,
definitely.
yeah, if you don't think you're gonna be in your right mind because I know you're grieving,
Right.
take somebody
Take
with
someone
you.
else.
Take somebody with
Yes.
you to talk that stuff over, go over, do your research on it. Don't stop at the one funeral home like, oh, this is where my family goes. Unless you don't care, the
Right.
policy is very big. Like you saying, you got $100,000 policy, then you're not caring,
Yes.
and they will prey off of that. Soon they know how much that policy
They're
is.
not upset
Instantly, here come
about
all this extra stuff they got to put on there because they want to keep sucking that money off
Right.
of you. No, if I got $100,000 policy, at least $195 of it.
Right.
So $5,000.
No way.
It's like, no, let me stop. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. But
Yes.
we'll talk more about some dang on funerals. Some doozy, like how my family even acts at funerals and stuff. Even though I did miss the last one, I'm talking about prior, just screaming and
But
hollering. And,
fighting and screaming and cussing. Oh, I've been at those funerals.
or again, like who's going to get in the family car? I mean, you're outside arguing. Surely you're not getting in this family car. This stuff. All the other stuff. Everybody just standing there
Like
blinking.
really.
Yeah. But anyway, we just want to bring that out. Again, hit the like button and subscribe.
Also,
Almost done.
we I know, I'm a little bit slow. However,
But we have it.
the SSK show does have an Instagram page. It is the SSK
SK
show.
show.
There are no videos out there yet, but just keep that in mind because
It's coming, yes, because it's under construction still. So once we get that up and running, so we're gonna be posting stuff back and forth. It's gonna be different shows than it is actually here on YouTube. So this way you can get a variety of different things.
Right.
So we'll just keep that one step. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Once again, my name is Smitty Sebastian Kirks, always in the works.
Yeah, Misha C, all about me.
And for that note, we do say thank you, and we'll see you next time, right?
ya.
So I guess we did this little thumb thing you were talking about. I know. Is that better?
You should have did that at
Let's
the
do that.
beginning.
Okay, we'll see if that works. Okay.
Whatever. All right.